Welcome to the Irish Hunting Podcast, bringing you all the best hunting, fishing and field sports from around the country. Hello and welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast on episode 19. On this week's episode, we're going to be discussing a roundup of the 2022-2023 hunting shooting season as it draws to a close at the weekend. We'll also be discussing some recent articles on RTE about some of last year's deer culling numbers, and we're going to have a roundup of what went on in our clubs for the last weekend of the year. Hope you enjoy it. Anthony Grogan, as always, how are you keeping?
How are you, Brenny?
What's going on, man?
A little bit more mobile than last time we were talking.
Yeah, you're looking a bit better shape, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit happier.
Yeah?
A little bit fucking happier.
You got a bit of physio?
Yeah, a good bit of physio.
Yeah.
Horrible, but nice.
Yeah.
I have a kind of some sort of a nerve issue with it could be a little bit of a disc issue on the top of my neck, and the scapular muscles on the side of my neck are all over engaged, which is cutting off the power to be
holy shit
left hand and giving me pins and needles and all kinds of stuff. But the wonderful Fanula is working her magic, so I'm a lot better than I was. You know?
Yeah.
Still a bit to go now because I'm as you can see. I had a bit of a job lifting the fine bottle of Pearse there.
Fine bottle of Pearse that we're sipping away on here.
Yeah. Now, funny enough, Brent, you said it to me. I wasn't mad about it initially.
No.
But it's kind of growing on me there a little bit.
Yeah, the aftertaste isn't too bad now, in fairness. Yeah, very strong bite to it at the start.
On the nose, yeah.
On the nose, yeah, but it's not too bad. I just want to say it blended with a drop of water. That's a bit...
Yeah.
Not the worst.
Not the worst, but not our favourite now.
No, not our favourite now so far, no.
I wonder does Pearse have another couple of bottles in there? That's a 12-year-old.
That's a 12-year-old, yeah. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Is that inexpensive?
A bit of peaty taste off that, isn't it?
I find it very sharp now, to be honest with you. I find it very, very sharp. Was that an expensive bottle?
I can't remember who even got that for me.
Right.
People do give me bottles of whiskey
for
birthdays and all kinds of stuff, so apologies if
if someone was listening.
You're obviously nobody important because I can't remember you. No, I'm joking. That could be 2 or 3 year old.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be a mad whiskey fan. Bernie said I could be dying there for ages.
Well, if it is you need to up your game again.
Don't buy me that bottle again.
Exactly. Don't ever do it again. Come here. What's the crack anyway? Annie out shooting? No, she didn't. Did you?
Jesus, don't talk. I missed the last 2 days of the shooting. And Ari said to Av at the breakfast table there, is Daddy going shooting? He knows it's the last day. Do I know what?
It's a nightmare. Fucking hell, man. When you're out like that, it's a nightmare.
It's hateful.
Yeah.
And I physically couldn't, I couldn't even bring it because I wasn't sleeping. But
yeah.
Look at you, you made up for it.
Well, I've been doing loads. I haven't shot fuck all, but I've been out loads anyway, to be fair. Yeah.
You've been out looking?
I've been out looking, lads, yeah. We had a good weekend last weekend, wrap up of the season. Jack came out to the gun club and did a big cook up for us. So we went out for a walk and
raging and missed him.
Yeah, it was brilliant. He came out for the walk even though he hadn't a gun, but he just came out for us and had a bit of a look around. And we had a great day. We had an absolutely fantastic day. We're walking around, still loads of birds. We've seen out of what birds was left, like I think they were nearly all melanistics. Which is fantastic to see.
Yeah.
Plenty of woodcock, snipe all around the club, plenty of hens. So yeah, it was great, man. He put on a phenomenal feed. We had all the farmers over and all the landowners and their partners, and we just a fantastic, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. One of the lads, Bisto, his mammy Breda came out and brought out a cheese spread like you've never seen in your entire life, man. It was unbelievable.
So you had a fire pit with fucking venison.
Fire pit with the backstrap venison, man. Unbelievable. Jack put a rub, I think. Now he'll fucking correct me on this, no doubt. Salt, kind of pepper, some spices. I think he mentioned something about either a brown sugar or a caster sugar. Rubbed it in, and literally we got the fire going. Some nice ash. Oh man, I'm salivating here thinking about it. We had some ash going on the fire with some charcoal, some phenomenal charcoal that he got, and then finished it off with a bit of peat, to get that peaty flavours off it. Right on the grill, man. It was unbelievable. cut it all up on a nice chopping board, and everyone got a couple of slices, and everyone were blown away. The people that had never tasted venison before, every single one of them said, "What is that?"
Yeah.
You know? And then we were telling them, and they were just like, "Can you get any more of that?" And he says, "Yeah, I can, yeah." Doesn't mean if you get
How
any
much do you want?
exactly, yeah.
So there'll be plenty of illegal, illicit deer trading down here, huh?
I was laughing.
The lads going around with brown bags now handing out venison.
I was laughing at the boys in the club. I says they were all, because even they all ate it and they were fucking blown away by it. And I says, "Oh, you'll be all applying for the fucking deer license now in the morning."
Yeah.
Honest fuck.
And
So
come here, you made a fire pit out of
an old drum of washing
washing
machine, like, and 100%. I am. If you have any washing machines down there, you don't
one
want.
or two now. Now as you said it,
Have you?
Yeah.
Keep me one. I'm fucking making one, man. Savage. And then ended nice. Like, it was just brilliant. Then he put on skewers with a sort of a whole host of different game meats. We had woodcock, snipe. I think there was woodcock on it, duck, and pheasant. And he soaked them in buttermilk overnight and nice seasoning. He made some sauces that were out of this world. I think one of them was an Alabama, was it a barbecue sauce? But it was real creamy. It was unbelievable. And the other sauce was kind of green in colour. I don't know, it looked like a pesto, but it wasn't. Anything. It was phenomenal. So he absolutely blew us away. So we ate like kings, a couple of nice bottles of red wine then for all the guests. And then we finished off the night. We went back down, and we went back down, and we had a bit of a shoot kind of that evening, and back up, and we all sat around the fire, the smoke pit still going, and had a supper of 12-year-old redbreast, courtesy of Bisto Senior, which
God.
was, can't get better than that, can you?
That's the stuff of dreams, really.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. So fantastic, thanks to Jack and all the lads in the club. Super effort, so it was great.
I was following these on Instagram and the old Facebook there, and mildly jealous was the
yeah, we're giving an invite, but you wouldn't come.
I know, yeah. I wouldn't have been great company now, mind you, but
a couple of redbreasts you would have been
yeah,
great.
look, that would be the problem. But just goes to show, like, simple fucking wash machine, a couple of sods of turf and a bit of ash.
Do you know what I mean?
Isn't it?
It's not that
you don't need huge.
No.
And then the backstrap, like,
oh man,
the premium cut, isn't it?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, man. Absolutely without a shadow of a doubt. It was like, and I think what made it, great food and great people. You know, you stand around a fire, it can be anywhere in the world. If there's good people around you, sure, that's what it's all about.
And look, everyone's like-minded there. You know, there's no frills, no messing.
No.
And like, for anyone that's listening that doesn't know, the backstrap is the piece, I think Jack explained as well last time he was here. It runs along the spine, essentially.
Exactly, yeah.
So you get it like a it's kind of like a little bit of a dish on one side, and it ends up kind of slightly off circular.
Yeah, exactly. It's
off it, or you can.
Yeah, it's the part of the chop basically. You can either do chops with it, or you can get your backstrap. But it was
what a beautiful piece of meat.
Oh man, it was absolutely unbelievable. It was delicious. Now, in fairness, yeah.
And that was off your.
That was off the Sika that myself and Cooper got out back earlier on the season. First stag I ever shot. So it was. And people tell you, stags, and like he was kind of got you under the rut and this, that, and other, and you know, you hear all these fucking stories. Oh, they're rotten and this, that. Are they fuck? They're absolutely unbelievable.
I talked about this actually. I can't remember who was over one of the nights. One of the lads called over for half an hour, just dropped me off something, and he was saying like, I've heard it was an awful loud taste off and this and that, and like that. I would remember to say when I would have smelt my first deer kind of cooking, or even the taste of it, you're kind of building yourself up for this kind of.
Yeah.
And I probably, if I'm being honest, my first taste of venison, you know, people often say it's strong. I wouldn't have called it strong, but it was definitely different, you know?
Yeah.
And I often wonder, is it because our palates are now so accustomed to such a bland, indiscriminate piece of meat? You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Fed the one type the world over, you know, either grass or grain.
Yeah.
And whereas our animals are being fed, you know, heather and roughage and leaves and chestnuts and all kinds of stuff, whatever they can get their hands on.
The best of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were to bag it and sell it as feed, you wouldn't afford it. Like, you know?
And that's, I think, and as I've gone along, definitely in my hunting journey, which is only no different than your own, is relatively new, and there's people probably listening in that could put our hunting journeys together and still have more.
Still have more, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But like what I found is every year that goes on, I get more, what would you say, accustomed to it and more drawn to it, the flavors of it, and almost now, I think you sent me a picture privately one of the days about a lovely steak that you're after buying, and you said, never again, this fucking thing is like a bland piece
honest,
isn't it gas?
Honest to fuck. And it's interesting you said that. I wonder is that now because I've been eating a good bit of venison.
I definitely think it is, man.
Yeah, it must be, man. Yeah, I never passed heat on it before, you know.
Because I would have no interest now, or very little, unless I don't know what kind of a steak I'd have to get, but it'd have to be something with plenty of marbling and plenty of flavour, for me to even to
consider it.
Yeah, something like a ribeye or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And a good one.
Yeah. And I've lately, as I said, I've said a few times, I've fucking just given up on steak, man, because like a lot of people, I do enjoy a good steak, and I went out to restaurants even, and the best, and you look and it's the €36 one on the menu, and you go, well, fucking, I'll treat myself to it. No.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the last time I got a steak anywhere, whether cooked it myself or out anywhere, and was blown away by it. Yeah. So,
yeah, and I think that look at that. I think that definitely it's probably the palate switching back to what it's most. And I think I do know we've spoke about this kind of off air again. When you eat the venison or the game, I don't know. There's something that happens. You feel healthier, feel better. I don't know whether it's everything rolled into one, the hunt, the experience, the animal.
Yeah, a lot of it could be psychological too.
Could
maybe
be,
just, no, but 100% I do agree with you. I know exactly what
I think Joe Rogan, I don't think there's scientific proof of it now. Maybe stand corrected, but whether it's more pound for pound, how nutrient dense it is, but there has to be. Yeah. There's no way that an animal that's kind of leaving some sort of a sedentary lifestyle and almost can be as good for you as an animal that's out roaming with very little fat anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Look, I know you need a certain amount of fat for flavour and all that kind of stuff, but by and large, I think venison pound for pound, there's a flavour overload there compared to
100%. And I'll tell you what was great to see. I meant to talk to you as well. Noticed a couple of pictures on some of the different social media pages, and lads butchering up deer, and geez, the deer are still in some nick, aren't they? Did you notice that?
Oh, brilliant.
Man, they're in serious nick. Some of the fat storage on them is unbelievable. Yeah, it's great to see that. Like,
that just shows how healthy the stocks are.
Healthy, even though I know it's not, I don't use the fat for anything. It's not much. No,
they reckon it even to put through the burger. So I've never chanced it. But no, I'd like to do a little bit, maybe throw a little bit more into it. Yeah, because I like that. We venison twice this week in our house. Venison burgers and venison. I took out I made half pounders or 3/4 pounders when I was freezing them. And so we had nearly 3/4 of a pound of mince left over, and we did lasagna the next night. So we had venison lasagna the second night. Nice. But the kids they got up the next morning. Oh, ma'am, the burgers were gorgeous. It's
great, isn't that brilliant? Isn't it? That's fucking brilliant, man. 100%. That is fantastic. Yeah. So that's great stuff. That's credit to yourself and Avril. In fairness to you.
Yeah, and look, I think that's the the fat. Yeah, so like maybe I can start introducing a little bit more fat now into it. Because you'd be afraid in case
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Untethered and Wanderwise, where adventure has no age limit. We're your co-host, Heidi Brandist and Nikki Mahundro, and we're here to inspire and celebrate women over 45 who are embracing their independence and want to explore the world on their own terms.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I don't know. I just always heard it, and just a strong enough taste off the fat. It's very
it is gamey.
Gamey to me. Yeah. I just, when I made my burgers, I put. See, I'm a fucker, man, and it's not a good way to be, but I don't measure fuck all. I just
same as we said.
Fuck a bit of that in and throw a bit of that in, and I had a bowl of venison mince, and I put probably maybe a quarter of the amount of pig fat in with it, and a bit of this, and a bit of paprika, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. What else did I put in it? Worcestershire sauce. Mixed it all up, but they weren't really bonding, so a couple of egg yolks and grated some butter, and that's what I put into them. Yeah, they're nice.
I did slightly different. I did batches then, and I did different ingredients in different batches. So
Did you? Yeah, just to mix it up. Yeah,
so
nice.
jalapeno
nice.
and cheese and
Oh yeah, sure. I had some of them here. They were unbelievable. Yeah, they were deadly.
rosemary or thyme and fucking something else. I can't remember.
Yeah,
sure. I forgot what I threw in some of them. You know?
I think I threw a wheel off a Morris Minor into one again.
I'd still ate it.
Still ate. It'd be grand.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That just feeds into it. Just when we're talking about the deer, the article today, 55,000 deer, I think.
Last year,
culled last year up to February 2022 last year. And that's by the NWPS.
NWPS, yeah.
Is that right?
National Parks and Wildlife.
The other way around.
NPWS.
Yeah. So that seems like an extortionate amount of deer, but in relative terms, I think there's a breakdown there. There's like 2,000 in Galway, 2,000 in Kerry.
Yeah,
predominantly was Wicklow was the big. And just by this year, there's still no. We haven't knocked it into them.
No, because I think isn't there a whole big discussion going on now about the cull that's going on. But it does go to show that the numbers are effective, and I would say probably realistically the real number is probably quite a bit higher. I'd say than that. You know,
I would suggest so.
Yeah,
because there's that's not factoring into account the illicit hunting that goes on. And by and large, guys will under because everyone's afraid, they're going to stop deer hunting.
Yes.
So I would say there's a large portion of them under accounting for deer there.
Yeah, and I'd say there's quite a large number that don't fill anything out.
Yes.
Probably, I thought it was interesting that I think my memory serves me, 20 out of the 26 counties there was deer shot in. Yeah, which is interesting. It's good.
Yeah.
I didn't think of anything like that. I thought,
And there's there was another bit on the bottom of that there. I'll just read it out here. Yeah, which look at this is I often wonder this. Sika deer were introduced by the Normans in 1860 in Ireland. I often wonder when they came in.
Right.
And fallow deer were fallow deer which were introduced by the Normans, and Sika deer which were introduced to Ireland in 1860.
Okay.
So the Normans brought in obviously the Normans weren't here in 1860.
Yeah.
That's why I got an F in history.
That does explain your F in maths and English. And
look, I wasn't one for school, but anyway, just leave it at that now.
Right, sorry.
Here, can you read that? So that'll just so Sika are relatively new.
New enough. Holy Jesus, right?
And so, they weren't belonged by about fucking populating.
Man, honest to Jesus, yeah. And so the red is the only obviously native one.
The native one, yeah.
The native one to hear, yeah.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Great to see.
Lovely breakdown there. Like there's it's an interesting article. It's on the RTE website there for anyone who wants to have a little peep at it. And obviously like the anti-hunters are going to be up in their 55,000. That's a disgraceful amount of figures.
Yeah.
But you can just imagine, just take hunters out of that equation for 1 year.
Yeah.
55,000 breeding pairs. If you take it that there's a relatively 50-50 split,
Yeah.
I don't know what the split is there between
males and
females. But we'll take it at 50-50. Like that would, in other words, that would be overrun if you take the hunters out of that equation for
100%.
1, possibly 2 seasons.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, like, is another site whole thing about that, like, got to do with COVID? Obviously COVID restrictions were in, probably numbers weren't it? Obviously, no, they wouldn't have been. In fair, not as many would have been shot during COVID.
No,
because
definitely not.
You just couldn't. Now there was still people shooting them, but nowhere near those numbers.
No, because people weren't, like, just a lot of people will hunt and travel into the meat factors and stuff like that, and earn a few bob that way.
Yeah.
So they would have been taken out of the equation in that element by and large.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And because hospitality was dying a death and the price of deer fell like a
ton of spuds, yeah.
But 20,000 animals were shot in Wicklow.
Yes, there you go. And they didn't
you and I were both up there this year.
No, it didn't make a dent. There's pictures and videos of hundreds in one place. So they're still out there. But there's a bit of reading in that for anyone that's interested.
It's interesting stuff, and it just shows I think there's a census going on at the minute, or some sort of a, what would you say, they're trying to gather people together to get a little bit more information on whether a cull is necessary or not. A cull probably isn't necessary, not in my opinion anyway.
No, I
uneducated, but
well, I don't see the like. But when they say a cull, is this to bring in someone to? No, I don't think that's a good idea.
No,
because you can do it. I think the numbers is there. I think we had a spike over a couple of years of COVID. I think the numbers are very high now, and we're starting to get on top of it now, so
it's up 24% from the year before. So it was 44,000 or 40,000, 43,000 or something like that shot the year previous, and it's up 10 or 12,000 head there. So
I'd like to see actually the numbers on how many deer licenses were issued 2 years ago versus now. I'm sure there's a lot more people shooting them now.
Yeah.
We know there is. There definitely is.
100%. You and I both know loads of people who've started.
Who've only started up doing it, So, interesting stuff. Interesting to see, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's all. I think it shines a little bit of a light on the positive that the hunting community does. It keeps things like that in balance.
Absolutely, without destroying any particular. Without driving that into extinction, or it just keeps a bit of a balance, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the way it goes. Yeah, come here, tell me, shooting season 2022, 2023. How did it go? What do you reckon?
Overall, obviously, we've a little bit left in the deer season, which you and I have big plans for.
Yeah,
we're going to hit it hard now in the last couple of weeks.
Cannot wait for that now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But overall, really enjoyed the season, Bernie. I have to say, like, all things considered, the podcast. Being chairman of the club this year, and the work that we did in the club this year, in the calendars, I didn't get to see a whole pile of what would you say, pheasants on the ground in the club,
Yeah.
But I took that on the on the chin anyway, because I wanted to put things in place for the next couple of years, hopefully. So, but overall, really enjoyed it. Like, the range of shooting I got this year compared to others. Did a good bit of fox shooting with you and Rob and Derek and a few bits and pieces. Got out a few times. The challenge obviously was the highlight of it.
Yeah. I totally enjoyed that.
I'll never fucking forget it. But what a day! Like,
yeah, for good and bad reasons.
Yeah,
honest to God.
Yeah, look, shot a couple of duck, shot a couple of pheasants.
Yeah,
a few snipe. Shoot a few foxes. And a few deer. So
sure, that was all you want, wasn't it?
That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all you want. Sure, that was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, a good range. Same as that, man. To be honest with you, very, very similar to that. Been a lot going on, I suppose, with the club and with everything else going on, and the podcast and the whole job lot. So, probably didn't do as much pheasant shooting anyway as I probably would have liked. But like that, put in a serious effort. With Vermin, put in a big effort with that, so I think we kind of reaped the rewards of that. I suppose I enjoyed it. It was we put a lot of effort in earlier doors in the club this year with birds and feed and vermin control, and it's just the truest saying ever. You get out what you put in. Definitely, because the birds this year were absolutely phenomenal. Like, they were unbelievable. Best year by a country mile.
And then you're going to see you reap the reward of that, not just this season. It's going to go on, because obviously them birds now they're wilded now, the ones that are left, and they're still about, as you know.
Yeah.
And they're contributing to the wild stock now for next season and thereafter.
Yeah.
And obviously the work you're doing in the vermin is like you were telling me again, like, Gaz and the boys were out and
well, not even the boys, Gaza. Gaza himself was out 2 nights in a trot and 6 foxes in one farm. Now, we're not talking about a farm like, a station farm. There's maybe 150 acres. 6 foxes in 2 nights.
That's
it's hard to comprehend that, isn't it?
I sent you a message at the time, like, is this, have you ever seen it? Like, because you would have done a lot more fox shooting than I would.
Yeah.
Is this as much? Because bear in mind, just to put it in context, when we're talking about, like, where Brenny lives here, like, there's plenty of guys shooting foxes. Like, there's 60 odd been after taking behind you here. You shot, I don't know, you must be up on 30.
I'd say I have, surely. I surely have.
And then that's without Gaz and the boys in the club.
Yeah.
So, like, we're talking about a couple of hundred foxes here.
Unbelievable. Easily, man, without a shadow of a doubt.
Still plenty of them.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, we were out, and one of the farmers on the club had mentioned that he had lost a couple of lambs again, and it's kind of, you don't like hearing that, because he's doing so much for us and stuff, and like we do obviously try our best, with it.
Feel like you're letting him down then a bit.
You do. You kind of feel like you're letting him down, and we kind of eased off on the Varmint a bit, because kind of obviously the shooting season was in, so we were fairly busy with that, and because we had gone out, and in fairness, we had got to a stage where we weren't really seeing many around, not on the club ground anyway, so we probably backed off on a little bit, and it just goes to show you, give an inch and they'll take a mile, so it was unbelievable. So, and all big and healthy, and not this year's cubs now or anything, like big, healthy.
Some of the animals this year, like we're on some of the shooting pages there, and there's some of them like small fucking ponies.
100%, yeah.
One of the lads there, Alan, sent me a picture just last night. They were out again. Another 2 last night, and like that, they would be like yourselves religiously, because they've a big club, keep it well under control, but as quickly as they can clear them, they're coming in.
They're coming in, yeah. It's crazy.
See, you probably have a situation now with Bernie, whereas they have highly protected areas for breeding and roaming, and so numbers are getting up, and we're only getting the overspill.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So there's areas exactly like what you're saying. There's probably a lot of areas around. I would suggest a lot of board them on areas where lads are not in shooting because, well, A, you're not allowed.
You're not allowed, yeah.
And B, I suppose, what's the sense of, like, look, there's lads out there that hunt foxes just because they want to hunt foxes. We would, to be fair to us, we would hunt foxes because we need to, keep it. Exactly, yeah. So, I don't think there's too many lads going out of their way to hunt ground that doesn't really affect them anyway.
Yeah. Like yourselves, we do the kind of the periphery of our own club grounds. Like we take the centre of the club grounds, you did a 5k kind of radius around it. That's probably what we generally concentrate on.
Yeah.
And predominantly the most that is within the club ground. You'll have the outskirts then for the few farmers and bits and pieces that might have club ground in the club and some out, you know what I mean, for various reasons, and they'd want you to like that coming into lambing and stuff, come down here and
help us out.
Help us out and we'll overrun something.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And thus is life,
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, 100%, yeah. But see, of course, this time of year now as well, they're all getting into breeding pairs, so you probably will see a good bit more of them around.
Activity now.
Activity. I was up last night and got a dog last night, and as I was walking down to have a look, you could hear a vixen, and she roaring like mad, like, so they're definitely out there. They're in pairs. Yeah, exactly. They're starting to mate.
What was the highlight of the season for you?
Highlight of this season, probably last Saturday was it? Last Sunday was just great to get all the lads and kind of, I suppose, get in and get chatting to lads and how much they enjoyed it, and it was great, like, to bring some of the local people down that didn't maybe knew we were there but didn't really know what was involved in it, so that was fantastic. One of the lads brought up, he has a golden eagle, and he brought him up and done a bit of a display with him and all that, so yeah, so that was fantastic, probably that, and of course, and not to mention, we had a couple of great days out with Sam on the boat and stuff too,
I think this year, look at I've when we started this podcast, I suppose back whatever it is 3 or 4 months ago now, it was probably just as a catch up for shooting. After shooting, she'll come here and
say 100%.
And it kind of went full circle where the podcast has probably drove us to do things that probably we wouldn't have got around to doing this year.
Absolutely, yeah. We know choices, right?
And that's been brilliant. And then look, that's going to continue obviously into the fishing season now and the vermin control and stuff like that. And look, the highlight probably, if I'm being honest, has been this, Bernie. Like, we got to speak to people that I wouldn't have got to speak to. You got to do the hunt of a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, true. Yeah, you don't stop to think about some of this stuff sometimes. In fairness,
and even getting the trial out, like some of the gear that's sent down to us to trial now, and I've fallen in love with my pulsars. We've Sniper Hog have sent us over a couple of bits, so can't wait to get my hands on them. I think they're arriving today, finally.
Deadly.
Big shout out to the fine UPS people. Love yous. And your fucking robots. But you get talking to a virtual fucking assistant.
That fucking drives me fucking mad, man. I hate you.
What is the point of that?
Oh, it's so fucking pointless, I swear to God, drive you fucking mad.
They must be like sponsored by Apple or fucking Samsung, because I get an awful urge to throw the fucking phone at the wall every time.
Honest to fuck.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh man, that drives you fucking mad. Yeah.
So
you're right.
but like that. Just getting to trial stuff. Like we've been invited. Alan has invited us up. There's White Fox is actually up where he is. I think he actually sent me a little video, and I seen a little white fox that he has mounted.
No way.
And he says they're in abundance up there. I think that's in the Wicklow area, but he's invited us both down
Daily.
on numerous occasions now. So
we'll get down.
Yeah. We've been invited down to all four corners of the country.
Yeah.
The hoodies and things. And by the way, lads, it's not a money making exercise.
No.
It's literally was just for prizes initially, and then there was people just asking about them. So if we took the time and posting packaging and all that kind of stuff, it'd be
we'd be
fucking
fucking
minimum wage. So do the maths, but it's great to see because people send us in fucking
pictures delighted with them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, honest to fuck, to be a few happy people on Valentine's morning. I think
exactly. Yes, there was one particular woman who was hell bent on the husband getting a Valentine's, and I promised her that I'd get a t-shirt. And Sarah, in fairness, in Studio Print, did the fantastic work, got the t-shirts in and got them done quickly, and they were posted today. So there's a few people like that. So it's great. It's great.
Happy days, man. No, that's brilliant, isn't it? Sure. Look, it was great. All things considering, you're right. I probably didn't even mention like the podcast has been great because like the messages we're getting in, and we spoke about this yesterday. I'm a devil for listening to podcasts, and so are you. But I could really enjoy a podcast, but I'd never take the time to message that person which I should be doing. I should. It's nice to get feedback like that. And we've been inundated, especially this week alone, with messages from all over the world, like just people saying, just lads, listen to the podcast, absolutely love it, well done. Or
I sent you a couple yesterday actually, because I get the messages first on some of the platforms. Yeah. And then if I get to read them, then they don't show up as as new messages to you and so on. Yeah. So we do bounce them back forward to each other. But like we've got invited to,
where are we going? Carolina or California?
California.
Yeah. Honestly,
pig hunting and wild goat hunting, and to an expat. So if you're listening, Sean, thank you very much. And we are going to get over to you
without a shadow of a doubt.
We're not going to pass up a free.
No, without a shadow of a doubt.
He's going to feed us and bring us hunting, and in true Irish style. No matter where you are in the world, I think we always look after our own. So and like that's been. I think he left here as a young lad. He's been sending me some fantastic videos. Yeah, they have hunting, the weather and the scenery. Yeah, and he I think he grew up along the Carlow border, if I'm not mistaken. And spent his youth hunting, and he's over there now and flying the flag. So fair play to him. Fair play to him for the invite as well.
Yeah. Honest to God, stuff like that's fantastic. So we're looking forward to that. We've a good bit coming up as well, I suppose. Good big plans, but before the season's out, we're going to hit the deer hard and try and get out for a couple of days hunting before the end of the season. That's going to be the plan, isn't it?
That is the plan, because we have only a couple of weeks left now for the deer. So I'm actually getting low on venison. Okay. They're hungry mouths in my house.
Jesse, I venison here. Give you venison.
I know. I still have enough to tide me over for the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to make sure that there's plenty of barbecue meat for the summer.
I was literally, you took the words out of me fucking mouth there, man. I just pictured there today. I was just picture summer barbecues now. Couple of bottles of Corona on the barbecue and cooking some chops or backstrap or whatever it is. Oh man. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
Cannot wait without a shadow of a doubt.
We'll get Jack to design some nice rubs for us and sauces and stuff.
Yeah. Jack's going to be coming on. He's formally agreed to it. I says to him, I was talking to him here during the week, so no, he is. He's going to come on. We're going to have him on up and down again. And he's going to come on and do a few recipes and a few bits and pieces as well,
Yeah. And look, we'll probably try and get him to do maybe a little video with a cooking video if we can. Yeah. And then he can talk us through it when he comes over or whatever. Yeah. And if he can teach us pair of vegans how to cook it,
that's the chase.
Anyone will do it. But have to say, hands down, we did his two recipes in reverse, as you know. Yeah. So we did the pheasant stroganoff and a venison tikka masala, and it works anyway, which what you want. Big hits. Is fantastic.
Yeah, big fucking hits, man. Yeah. I meant to ask as well, gear wise, is there any one? I know you obviously the Pulsar. Any other bit of gear now this year that you just said, That was game changing.
There's a few bits. I got a lovely, and I can't rightly remember. I'll have to fucking the brand on my jacket.
Oh yeah.
I got Early Doors, from Wild Hunter.
Oh yeah.
And I fucking can't remember. But it's beautiful. It's lovely. There's little. I thought Early Doors, because when we started hunting deer, I said this fucking thing is too hot. But I was thankful of it. A few mornings we were out.
Yeah.
And the gloves.
Oh,
the fucking gloves, man.
Some job.
Yeah, they're the kind of the, what would you say, the smaller pieces of kit. But yeah, I mean, knife, I'm in love with.
Savage. Yeah. It's deadly, isn't it? Yeah.
Like I can't complain this year, man. Like fucking.
You're spoiled, man.
The pulsar scope.
Yeah.
The sniper hog, again, game changer with the IR. I can't wait to see the head torch.
Yeah, honest to fuck. So that'll be landing today, is it?
Today.
Happy fucking days, man. Happy days.
So if I get another night or two, maybe. Now, if I ever listen, I'm not supposed to be for another week, but if I get another 2 days, I reckon I'd be close.
Be grand. It won't be a fucking bother, yeah.
So yeah, if you can get the gun up on the sticks for me.
Yeah, but there'll be no fucking hassle. We'll sort something on you.
But yeah, so get out and because I've a bit of catching up to do. I haven't been out in the club, and like that the last night I was out, there was eight foxes, I think, or 7 or 8 foxes, I think we counted. So, and that's only the ones we counted. So
yeah,
we've a whole pile of work to do.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get out. We'll definitely get out. You know, it's good to get out. I got a couple of bits off Wild Hunter there. I'll be talking about them in the Rural Pursuits magazine there as well. But one thing I tested out last night is the Wild Hunter. It's their night sight, their torch. Absolute, it mounts on top of the scope. I've never actually used it. You know, it has the green and the red lens and stuff in it. Rechargeable batteries. Comes in a fantastic carry case, clamp for the gun. It has another, like a, you know, the way you can run the cable down to the stock of the gun with a little push button.
Oh, like a rat tail or one.
Exactly. On off button comes the whole lot of that was in the kit. So I used it last night for the first time, and again, I've either had a clear lamp or my night vision. Used it last night, absolutely blown away with it. Savage job.
So I think I was talking to Derek actually about this. The orange light, like a lot of foxes are getting smarter now, so that the white light, they're gone. Whereas the orange or the different coloured lights, it's not as harsh on them, and they're more inquisitive about it.
Exactly, 100%. Yeah, I used it last night and I spotted a fox from over 300 yards, and like no hassle whatsoever at all.
Brilliant.
And lit it up plenty enough that I could see it in the scope and all, clear as day. So yeah, it was. I'd say any lad that's maybe pushing the boat for the money for maybe a night vision or a thermal, I think you can get them for under €200, full kit, ready to go. And
Daddy, I might actually, even for the 2.2, you know, for
ideal.
No harm to have a secondary.
Absolutely ideal, yeah.
Yeah. So look at now. I think also Sniper Hog have a smaller. I think there's the 45 or 35 LR. Sits on the. That'll do it ideal for the 2.2. But we'll know more when we get the new turbo pill for the Sniper Hog, and we'll be testing that out over the next couple of days. We'll hopefully be able to put up a video of that and of the head torch. So and that's it. And then Seafen Leather sent us down our little ammo pouches for the belt. I just think are
so handy.
How the fuck did I not know about them?
They're so handy, aren't they? Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Can't wait to see them. I've seen some of his work. It's just phenomenal. What he can do is unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable.
And that takes like because me and you have both complained about bullets rattling around.
There's nothing worse, man. You're walking on a field and all you hear is like loose change in your pocket.
And then you're splitting them up. You're putting one bullet in each pocket, and then you're trying to get reloading the mag. And one here, and you drop the gun over, you get the other one over to the other side.
Pure fucking mess and all together. Yeah, fucking handy all to have. And I, like you, I always have a belt when I'm out and I always have my Letterman on anyway, so it's handy just bang, throw it on there, you know.
Brilliant.
So it'll be deadly.
So that's I think definitely the challenge then obviously was I just think it was out of this world.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was brilliant.
I know we were late getting it to. I think anyone who did it enjoyed it.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
And we're going to have to build on that. And we'll have a few challenges coming throughout the year.
Yeah, 110%, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. No, that was definitely some great highlights of the. And I'd have to say thanks to all the listeners as well for listening in and helping us out. And this takes a lot of time. It's not as easy as just rocking up here and just recording it. There's been some serious headaches along the way. And
learning curves, man. Yeah, but it's been good.
It's been great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then we get a bit of feedback like that. Sure, it makes it all worthwhile as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it makes it all worthwhile. So it is.
Got a new piece of kit actually during the week.
What did you get?
Jeep.
Oh yeah, honest to God, oh the fuck's sake, this Jeep, man, I swear to God. Myself and my young lad were like peering out through the window. We're like, I was like a bigger child, couldn't wait to see it pulling into the yard, man. It is savage,
isn't it? Yeah, we tried our best, right? And I'm going to say this now because I gave them the shot.
Yeah,
we asked Ford Ireland,
yeah.
Would they be interested in getting behind us? There's a void here for hunters looking for good Jeep. We're mad into Ford Rangers.
Yeah.
And no.
So you had to fucking go and buy your own.
So I went and bought me own.
Outrageous.
And so we're not sponsored by fucking Ford.
No, we're not.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But we might go Land Rover next year now.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I know you're talking.
But so. No, like I'm in love with it,
Oh, it's savage, man. It's absolutely class. You have to put a picture of it up now.
I will do, yeah. I will
it's
do.
fucking absolutely unbelievable. So it is.
Yeah, so she's the Wild Track with the full Raptor kit and the nice front grille and lens, big hitch. And
it just looks mean, so it does, yeah.
She's the inch spacers to go on there now with the wheel, the big fucking wheels and nice tyres. And so Nace Autos gave me a cracking deal, Adrian, over there.
Yeah.
Actually, it's gas. You find some fantastic people. Me and my wife went over and we were chatting to them for hours over there.
Yeah,
about shooting the breeze and about different stuff.
Yeah.
Couldn't get. Actually, found out that he lives in Kilkenny now, and I think he owns Kilkenny Motors and Ace Motors.
Yeah.
And he used to live on the club grounds that I shoot on.
No way, you serious? Yeah.
22 years ago.
Small world, hey.
So there you go.
And
he got his wife I was dropping the son's car in for DOE yesterday morning. He got his wife to come over and collect us.
Yeah.
And fair play to her, she came over and collect us in the DOE centre in Clane, ran us back into Nace, pick up the Jeep. Met us tea at the whole lot, and it was an easy deal because, we both made it pretty simple. Give me a nice kickback on it, and brilliant. And she's
a bear. Oh, she's fucking savage. I'll have to put a picture of it up, man. It's absolutely deadly. So it is bit more modern than my
They all do the same fucking thing, but nonetheless.
And who doesn't know, I've got a 2003 Mitsubishi Shogun. She's no Ranger. I'll put it that way.
Well, no, she's just a fucking trick, just the same,
Okay. Happy days.
Well, I was like, I had to get one with Isofix,
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. A Hyundai AX35 could have done the other one.
Now I've been looking up all kinds of stuff. The quick release fucking gunslings to go on the seal and all sorts of stuff. The boys over in America have it sus for that kind of stuff. The quick draw,
Quick draw, holy
step
fuck,
out of the side and whip out the fucking gun. So
there's going to be, I guarantee there's going to be a fucking cowboy hand to dash before the end of the week.
You fucking betcha. You betcha.
Big set of fucking buffalo horns on the front for it. It'll be like fucking TR Dallas, man, rolling through. Yeah.
Look, we've big plans. We've the gender reveal now next week and
all that
kind of stuff. True Hunter style. So you stay tuned for that.
Exactly.
How I feel about all that kind of stuff. So
me John already dropped me rang earlier on, says I'm doing the gender reveal. He's like, you're messing.
Yeah. Let's just say it's going to be Irish hunting podcast style.
Yeah, exactly. Stay tuned. I cannot wait for that. That'll be deadly. Yeah.
Anyone that knows me will probably be saying, he's doing what? A gender reveal? Yeah, just watch this fucking space.
Exactly, watch this fucking space. Exactly, yeah. What are we going to do now this week? We're going to try.
You're going down to Mullingar today, aren't
I'm hoping that if Andy will answer his phone there, I'm going to head down because
Andy,
you need to answer the fucking phone, man. So yeah, I want to get down and get me high down to him, have a chat with him, and then we're going to get him on and we'll ask him all the questions that we all want to know.
Brilliant. Can't wait for that one. That's going to be really exciting because I've seen some of his stuff and it is brilliant to know because I want to get some hides done. I've some areas I want to throw lovely fucking deer hides on with conservatory and so
Savage.
even like I it's the one part that it's been bugging me for the last couple of years that you're fucking away a hide.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah. No,
it has been
need
bugging
for,
me.
and they're absolutely beautiful if you can take them off right. And I would say, I took this one off. I think it turned out fairly well. You've seen, I think that we put up a picture of it. It turned out fairly well. It's not fucking rocket science.
No,
it's not rocket science. I watched a couple of videos on it, and it's not rocket science to take it off. Take it off properly.
Piece of piss.
Yeah, exactly.
So look at that's the first thing. That's getting a little bit nicer now. It's still a little bit harsh, man.
Yeah, it's just that little bit harsh. Yeah, I'm just
try with a
taking
bit
another
of
drop
water.
of Pearse there. Yeah. It's not. It's not the worst. It is
you
not
wouldn't be
the
rushing
worst.
back to the bar.
No,
for
you
it
wouldn't. No, you probably wouldn't now. In fairness, but you look at it, it hits the spot, doesn't it?
If Pearse have an 18-year-old, it might be a bit better. You might just send us that one on there to seeking you up again.
Exactly. We'll put a decent review on it, so we will. Yeah. Absolutely.
Then I was actually talking to the FO. I've never got to tell you this.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, rang me about my 2-2.
Oh yeah.
So we had been messaging back and forward. As you know, she was off for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And we've mentioned, with for the podcast, with the letter that was in circulation about the night vision.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, my 2-2, where I was with my application, etc., etc. So, a couple of clarifications.
Okay.
Right? Big thing, that's always been law, but just for people to be sure.
Yes. Yeah.
This will be, not that there's a huge clampdown around it, but it's going to be one that's going to be looked at,
Yeah.
So, rounds in the gun. Obviously, 3 rounds in a shotgun.
Yep.
Any more than that, it's a restricted firearm.
Yep.
So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing is rounds in your rifle. So whichever, you're allowed up to 10 rounds.
Okay.
In a rifle. Mm-hmm. After that, it's restricted. So however amount of rounds that you've specified on your license.
Yeah.
That's the amount of rounds you're legally
allowed to
carry.
Have in your possession, yeah.
So I put down 10 on the CZ because there's 10 round mag, I think.
Yeah.
So that's fine, completely fine. Anything after that, you're restricted. So people are listening to sure, we fucking know that, right? But for people who don't, then onto the scopes. So the reason both you and I are legally permitted to carry night vision scope. We both ticked scope on our original applications. When you and I both ticked the aforementioned box, I think it's 3.1 or 3.2. I can't remember which one it was on the application. Yeah. It's the one beside the suppressor anyway. Yeah. That automatically covered us to carry a scope.
A scope.
On the gun.
Okay. Yeah.
At the minute, there is no place to tick night vision scope.
Night vision scopes. Okay.
All new licenses, I think and this is where the kind of new directives and stuff were coming in. All the new licenses, I think from last year,
okay,
or maybe from the tail end of last year, will now carry an S and I think an SE, or CE. I can't remember which one now, but they'll carry two different identification letterings. If you get me,
yeah.
The reason ours don't is because it was pre this directive.
Okay.
So we are permitted. We have permission. We have ticked the box. Now, I would be expecting guys down the road that there will be probably a third box. So you'll probably have your suppressor, you'll have your scope, and then you'll probably have a digital or night vision scope.
Yeah. Okay.
So she did ask me to clarify the make and model of my scopes.
Okay, yeah.
So I gave her the model to be on the CZ and the model that's on the Bergara.
Yeah.
Now, the problem I can see down the road with this is obviously I'm after giving her, make and model of my scope. Now, guys go through scopes like fucking...
Yeah, they won't necessarily, keep
this is going to be another administration fucking headache.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
So you break your scope and you go down and Vortex for 2 there, I'm going to buy ATN or I'm going to buy... What would you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Zeiss or whatever.
Yeah.
You then have to give them in the... Or you will details. Have to give them... I don't know whether that's in or not yet, but they are collecting this information.
This information. Okay. So that clears it up fairly well then.
Yeah.
Happy days. Yeah, no, because we're saying I had spoken to the aforementioned firearms officer, and it was cleared up and clarified exactly as you said that once we had it on it that we were covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just for anyone that's out there, get your details of your FO.
Yep.
Get permission off them, and I would just suggest get your email address.
Yeah.
And just form it as discussed at whatever time today.
Yeah.
The make and model of your scope.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Bang it in.
Bang it in.
You're covered.
Everyone's above board. Exactly. At the end of the day, they're there to do a job. They want it all above board. They're not trying to catch you out or anything like that. So just get it in and get it right. And
I have to say, she's a wealth of
oh, absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic.
And if she's listening, I did beg her to come on.
Yeah, sure.
She said we shall answer any questions, so we can fill her questions. Sure.
Yeah.
She'll answer them all. But she's a wealth of, and she knows guns.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah,
which
she's
helps.
not just someone that working in an office.
Yeah,
knows her stuff, which is brilliant. Yeah. Happy days. Yeah, that's great.
So she kind of gets. She's from a semi-rural background, so she understands firearms.
Yeah,
which is very beneficial in when you're talking to somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah.
You don't have too much explaining.
Yeah.
Many round magazine you're going, 10 bang. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely. No, having to look back at legislation. Is that right? Yeah. Which is brilliant.
Yeah. So it was brilliant. So I hope that clarifies it for a lot of people.
Big question. When are you getting to 22?
She said that she's working on it over the weekend.
Okay. Deadly. Happy days.
So fingers crossed in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, happy days. Let's
get out.
I
got a phone call from the boys in Wild Hunter. Anthony Grogan, we were going here for last year.
Year?
Yeah. And I said, Jesus, that was a quick fucking year. But he says, what? And it wasn't one of the lads we'd know down there. And he was obviously a backlog of fucking guns down there, I'd say. So one was just the wrong date was put on their end of of the whole part, So no, that's grand. No work.
Happy days. The boys are 100%. I was down there. I was down there yesterday and picked up something for Cooper for his birthday, and. Oh man, I can't go out there anymore. You fall in love with everything. The list has just grown exponentially for this year. Absolutely fell in love with a TX3. So that'll be as soon as season's over, I'll be going for that 100%. Straight down, going for that. And then a Frankie, I'll have to put up the name of it, the camo and bronze semi-automatic. Absolutely fell in love with it. Class. So if that firearms officer is listening, might be probably sending a few more.
She's thinking,
she said, well, this that ever just
the 2-2 for the 1-7.
Yeah, honest to fuck, he's changed the 2-4-3s and fucking shotguns.
Fucking harassing me about night vision.
Just get your guns and fuck off. It's
just easier if they give us permission for bows and arrows. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Job be fucking done.
Funny story, Brendan, just on the Facebook thing, we're part of loads of groups, but we put up actually it was just it was a personal one, where but I forgot I was on the hunting podcast page.
Oh yeah.
I went on to the country pages, the bog pages, for turf cutting and stuff, which I'd support, because people are, there's a way of life there, and there's people are fucking heating their homes, but I just said, somebody was getting ready for the new turfing season, and I always, even though I burn a bit of turf myself, a small bit, but predominantly my parents and my grandparents still burn it, so that's the reason I'd be up in the bog anyway, giving them a bit of hand with theirs. But I love it up there, I love being up there anyway, but I just said, geez, it's a tradition. I hope to see, lads out with the flask and the cups.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Footing like
Jesus, folk. Did I get so you're tying, TYIN. You're tying hunting to the bog. Now there were so many replies I wanted to fucking say there, right? But not being too great at out spelling myself, I said I'd let the tie-in part.
I wouldn't be the grammar, please.
And then, so I said, where do I start? I said, well, I do hunt and I do foot turf, so don't shoot, And oh jeez, I got it back in fucking spades. So he he doesn't mind shooting foxes, as he pointed out. You know, he obviously shoots himself, judging by the reply I got. But he obviously has a thing about the hunt. You know.
Okay.
And now I think the hunt of the fox actually is something to do with scent now, as far as I know.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like this. So I
think that's fucking gone. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But I know people still do it with the hounds and lurchers and stuff. But so I nicely pointed out, no, like, we're actually a hunting podcast medium, and we create a medium for people to discuss all things hunting, and we're impartial and you know. You're dodging. He basically called me a liar, said I wasn't. Sure, the secret is in the name, like, hunting.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know, like, hunt like pheasant and deer and that type of thing, and fox from time to time, obviously. And he said, it's something about doing it on horseback, and I was like, no, he's not getting this. And I basically just said, like, no, I don't do that. Like,
yeah.
He says I traditional methods of hunting,
Yeah.
As in deer stalking and hunting with a dog and a shotgun.
Yeah.
And he says, explain traditional, big block letters. He says, referring back to the hunting name, and he says, why do you call yourself the hunting podcast if you don't hunt with horses?
Oh, Lord Jesus Christ, am I mind.
So I just said, like, in the nicest way possible, I can't fish for pheasant and deer.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know what he was going to try to fucking...
Can't make it any fucking clearer than that.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus, they're out there everywhere, aren't they?
Ah, fuck me,
oh,
like...
for fuck's sake. Even over a fucking discussion over a bit of turf, like.
Yeah, so...
Lord Jesus.
Lads, I'm telling you this now, right? If you're hoping to save the fucking turf community... Now, I told him to listen to the podcast because it's self-explanatory, If you listen to the first episode.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, Grant, it'll save me fucking 2 hours of my night explaining to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if you're listening, I meant no offence. I still foot a bit of fucking turf. I'm still going to do a bit of hunting. And if anyone wants to get up on a horse and run around the fucking field, chasing a hound, I have no objection to it. No. I don't give a fuck.
No, exactly. As we said time and time again, you do fucking you and we'll do us, and that's fucking it. End of story. And don't forget as well, there's only one thing that's worse than foot and mouth. Foot and turf.
The warmest time you'll be is when you're fucking footing it. Or bring it in.
Exactly. It'll fucking heat you 2 or 3 times. So that's a start.
Not so much the fire now, but the 3 bits in between.
The fucking bits in between. The Lord, just back breaking work, but still sure we love it. It's a fucking hard bit.
What else do we have coming up, Benny?
So we're going fishing, man. We have to get a fucking boat. Does anyone know where we can buy a half decent boat? We're on the hunt for a boat.
We're on the hunt for a boat.
Yeah.
We have a petrol tank for a boat.
We have a petrol tank. We have fishing rods.
We have 2 big old fucking Aegis that'll fit just about in the boat.
Just the fucking boat. Anyone knows where's a boat? Give us a shout. Even if you're a tour guide, you're doing a bit of fishing, you want a bit of promotion, give us a shout, and
we'll jump in with you.
We'll jump in with you, exactly. So we're going fishing. Actually, I'm going fishing this weekend at some stage. I'm going to go down and do a bit of dead baiting, because I'm just mad to get down. It's addictive. It's one of those things when you start at it, like you just want to keep going.
I have a heap of, as you know, lures that Rob gave me in all different colours and connotations. So I have 2 fishing rods, but I don't know whether they're suitable for it, but I'll know.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them up so people can have a look there and tell me if these were good fishing rods that I bought many years ago when I was going to teach my kids how to fish, and I went down myself, got tangled up, and said, no, I'm fucked if I'm doing that because I'd only turn them off.
So, that was the fuck. Oh man, plenty of them fucking days.
Yeah, so that was it. I nearly broke the fishing rods. I nearly fucked the whole lot of the river. First cast out, getting reeds and
stuck in your tie. Oh shit, yeah, that's the hard part, isn't it? That is the fucking hard part. Yeah.
So, but this year I have to say, as part of the challenge, got to do a bit of spinning, and I fell in love with it. Yeah,
it's brilliant, isn't it? No, man, 100%. And there's a good friend of mine there, and I showed you some of the pictures, like he fucking catching pike there, but the Lord, yeah.
Did you ask him, can we put some of them up?
No, I never even fucking thought about it. I must ask him.
Some of these are fantastic.
Yeah, they're unfuckable. He could be a bit camera shy. He's not that good looking of a fella.
Put the Irish button cause on his forehead.
Put those emojis over his face.
So that's, and we're doing a bit of fishing. We'll obviously have pigeon shooting.
Yeah.
And then we'll have vermin
Yeah,
throughout
the year. Yeah, 100%.
We have a big. I think all the clubs. There's a huge problem.
Yeah.
With grey crows and magpies.
Yeah.
And I would encourage guys to still do the bag count throughout the year. If I actually have to clarify that with the NRGC, I'm almost sure you can still do that if you're out walking and doing your vermin control, because like the buzzards yesterday, I seen 3 buzzards yesterday.
Yeah, sure, it's unbelievable. Yeah,
I'm not saying they're vermin.
No, I know.
In the sense that we can't obviously dispose of them.
No.
But that is going to become an
issue.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more.
Yeah, I think it already is an issue, but no one's talking about it. That's something we'd like to get talking on, do a bit more talking on as well. Like, where is all the rabbits gone? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're just so rare to see now. It's frightening,
That's the thing. Like, foxes have an impact on rabbit populations.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
So we're obviously seeing, like, I'm seeing more foxes than I'm seeing rabbits.
Oh, easy, man, easy.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, that's actually that is so true. Like, that's mad.
Who would have ever thought of that?
Yeah,
now, we've seen a good few hares this year, but like when we say good few, as in the odd one here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like we spotted a good few.
Yeah.
But hands down, I have definitely spotted more foxes than I have rabbits.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a doubt, yeah. Could not agree more, yeah. Yeah, so like the predator numbers are outweighing the non-predator numbers, I suppose, at the minute, and that's been a big issue, so we're going to get stuck into that. Actually, look, we've loads and loads of stuff. We'll be tying in with the NERGC and a couple of projects and stuff that's upcoming. Of course, as the season ends, all the work begins. We'll be out doing bits in our clubs, respective clubs, and we'll be certainly posting bits and pieces on the like of that and talking about stuff. And we
handed over a check last night to Dundee First Responders, part of our calendar campaign. You've seen that.
Well done, yeah.
And in fairness to Aaron, big shout out from he's a fireman, does fantastic work in. I think now he'll start. I think they had 155 calls last year. Dundee First Responders.
No way! Are you serious?
They do fantastic work. So some of the things that, like, just a quick synopsis, they're doing first aid courses within the local club, Kappa Football Club. His aim is to get a first aid course to every person in the club.
Yeah, but that's fucking brilliant.
Fuck me, he's generously offered to run a first aid course for all the guys in the club.
Okay.
And he's going to design it around shooting. So the type of injuries you'll pick up when you're shooting. So if you shoot yourself or shoot somebody else, God forbid, or a laceration from a fence or a knife.
Man, that's a brilliant idea.
And he's going to give us or get us a little first aid pack that you can
have in your belt.
Hang around like a small
one. Yeah, I actually have one that I can put on my belt when I'm out for a deer.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's handy to have. Yeah,
so
great idea. I think we should probably start a campaign for this. I've always said, and it just baffles me, I can't understand, why are they not teaching first aid in school?
I do not know, man.
It makes no sense. Like, of all the shite, to be honest with you, you do have to learn.
Yeah.
Some of it, obviously, most of it's relevant, but there's a lot of stuff in there that's very, very...
Dude, I fucking seen the thing in the paper. There's a campaign now for everyone to learn the national anthem. Like, we learned that in fucking... Well, I don't know. You learned that at school, did you?
Yeah, did we? Yeah, I don't know. Probably
jeez, you're one of them. I was going to give out about you. You should fucking know your national anthem. You should know how to do first aid. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course, 100%. I know my national anthem. I don't know if we learned it at school. We probably did now, I suppose, but I don't know.
Well, I definitely learned it anyway.
Oh, 100% we know it, yeah.
Is that it? I know.
You need to know your national anthem.
You need to know your national anthem.
But, like, fuck me, man. First aid, like, you know what I mean? There's a couple of things schools should teach you, and here we're having to go to schools now, but teach me how to lodge a tax return. And teach me how to perform CPR if needs be.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Holy Jesus Christ.
Bear in mind, like, we're in school now, 2 years before school now.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many fucking years after.
Yeah, exactly.
People in school till they're 30 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From their 3.
Yep. You might
27 years school.
Yeah. You might be able to just quote Shakespeare or W.B. Yeats or know the Pythagoras theorem, but when it comes to saving life, no, don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'd be the last person you'd ask to save your life, But you know what I mean?
That's the truth, yeah. I think every school, school, there's no reason why you should be taught first aid before you get your leaving cert.
Yeah.
It's what better skill to have, like.
So that's like fucking brilliant. So yeah, I think now it could be more than, I'm almost sure it was 155, he said. Could be more.
Yeah.
I could be understanding it there. But like, that's phenomenal service
for an area that's not like
volunteers. You know?
Done a deal, like, it's not. I'm not be smart, like, it's not like Lucan or, do you know what I mean?
They receive no funding.
That's unbelievable.
voluntary.
Oh my God.
It costs them, like, because they have to have a phone on, you know what I mean?
Stamp,
So
yeah.
you have the SIM card. I think it's, for the phones alone, it's 30 quid a month.
Okay.
Then they have some other service that they have to, like the running costs, I think it's 300 or 400 quid a month just to stand still. Like, that's what, you know, just with costs.
Costs, yeah. Oh my God.
And then it's all voluntary. Like, they have to be manned and so on and so forth.
Brilliant.
So brilliant service. And he's as I said to you, he's doing a thing for the gun club. So
Great, yeah.
And it's a great bit of community.
Absolutely fantastic. And I think we'd urge any gun clubs out there, including my own, that going forward, you know, don't, if you can at all, if you can make it work like you did, it was a fantastic success what you've done with the calendars. There's no reason why a lot of other gun clubs, you know, get behind your local first responders, or, you know, if there's a local charity that's needs to be.
There's loads of community, like, if you go onto the NRGC website, there's loads of initiatives there from gun clubs to play, because it works both ways. I think there's old folks, what would you say? They run like
aged care and stuff like that.
Get together for the older
retirement kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Run end of year Christmas parties for them, and bring them out on day trips and stuff like that. And there's the men's shed. You know what I'm saying? There's loads of things that even I was thinking in the men's shed there. Like, what a fantastic service having, and like, we'd be often looking for, you know. Owl boxes and kite boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely,
if there could be a bit of cross collaboration, get the men's shed to bang them up, and then as part of the, you know, there's summer, we were hoping to run a poker classic or something maybe during the year, and give them a few bob out of that, and they might help us. You know, a bit of cross collab. You know,
100%, man. Without a shadow of a doubt, exactly. Help everybody out, like, you know, get involved, I suppose, as well. You know, that's what a lot of it's about, isn't it? That's what a lot of it's about. Right, that's us rambling on there now for a while. I suppose next week we're going to have Andy Fox on. We're going to try and nail him down. So any questions you have about taxidermy, and you want to know, get them into us and we will ask him.
So if Andy's not on the podcast, we'll have him. We'll have him stuffed. I was doing that. So Andy Fox will be on the podcast, dead or alive, basically.
He'll be on it. He'll have to be on it. So get your questions in. I know you have. There's loads I want to ask him. There's no point saying it. There's a ton. So get them in like that. And
another big thing, actually, one of the guys was asking, which we probably will do, is the breakdown of meat. You know, it's probably a little bit late in the year to try and organise now, but we'd love to get a butcher on, you know, when we're breaking down an animal, if we can get it in time for the. If we get a deer for the end of the season, we might try and get it. Maybe Jack or somebody Jack could maybe put us in touch with. In terms of breaking down the different giants of meat.
100%, definitely.
Because I can break down a deer no more than yourself.
But
the actual names of all the different components.
And as well as that, I think, you know, it's kind of an art. Like, I break it down a certain way, you probably do it different. And a fella could say, well, you know something, instead of actually taking that giant of meat there, you should leave it with that. Or that's better to use in a roast, or get your, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Little things like that would be great to have. So we're going to have somebody else. So any lad that's out there that knows a bit about that, get us on and give us a shout. And we'll be in touch with the fellas, as you know. Happy days, man. That's it. Over and out until the next one. I hope you enjoyed, and we will talk to you next week. Cheers.